Hello my dear friend, welcome back to my channel. This is Junie's Doodle with Me. As I promised in my Dream Bullet Journal setup video, today I'm here to share some ocean-themed doodles. It will mainly focus on shells and some sea stars, which you can use in your mood tracker page. I'm not a marine biologist, but I've tried my best to find necessary information. If I made any mistakes, please let me know. Now let's start with the simple one. Draw a spiral shape with OA liner pen and make sure that the distance gets bigger as you draw further from the center. Then I use O1 liner to add patterns and shadow. Remember to follow the same direction and curve more when it gets closer to the edge. The second one is a sea star, also called Starfish. This one may not look that cute because I got inspired by a real fish star who has the furry edges around the legs. Then I'm adding some bumping structures on top of it. The next is a typical scallop, which is really easy to draw. Don't forget to add the connection joint section on the two sides, and then give it some simple lines as texture. Now let me draw a different shape of sea star, a skinny version, who's also in laying down position. Then represent the structure by adding a shrink star shape line. Then for this one, I purposely leave less space on the left upside while drawing the spiral lines so it looks like more three-dimensional, and then simply add the texture with two lines at a time with some distance next to each other. Now let's try something a little bit hard. This is an irregular shape one, so I curve the outline while drawing the overall shape and also add those extra pieces on the other side. Draw the tape with free shape, add some curved line to emphasize the structure and also give it some highlight. The next one, I call it 5 S shells because you just need to keep drawing 5 letter S, and then here we go. Again, let's add some highlight and fix the open area a little bit. Then I'm going to combine the previous two into one. I'm also drawing in a different direction. As you can see, it's not S anymore. Then give it a long end and add similar protruding part on the other side. Draw the inside shape and add some highlight as before. The next is also a special one. Each edge becomes a separate part, so I decided to draw the 3 edges with the thicker pen and then define the main body with the O1 liner, if that makes sense to you. Here I want to draw a pearl, which will be the only one in this page. I'm not sure if it's possible to have such a big pearl in this small shell body, but I like how it turns out. Let me also add a little bit highlight on it. Then the next one is called Pier Walk. The reason I know the name is because I actually owned one as part of my childhood collection. It has 3D printed object texture feeling, and the pattern is just so beautiful. Then here we have Alpha Corn. What I like about this one the most is the pattern that seems to have certain rules, but everyone is so different in their own way. Now it's time to draw a Choppy Sea Star. For the texture on it, I'm drawing a lot of small uncompleted circles to represent. So that's pretty much all the common ones, and now I'll show you how to draw them differently. This one, for example, is similar to the one we did before, but I curve the overall shape and also add texture line based on the curve. This one belongs to the flat shell family, but I draw the shape asymmetrically and give it a different pattern. And the next one is a simplified and slightly flat version of what we drew earlier too. As you may know, sea stars are actually most of the time not in an exact star shape because they get rid of one leg during escape and grow it back after, which will be smaller than the others, so it's okay if you can't draw it perfectly. The next is the one I like the most in this page, mainly because of its unique pattern. It looks so free and elegant. Then let me draw another scallop with more smooth edge and double line pattern. The next is also a regular shape one with curvy outline, but this time I draw it less sharp and also draw the pattern more randomly. How can I forget about this crown look shell? Sometimes I'm just amazed by how the nature creates creatures. The pattern I'm drawing here is something not shown on previous ones, and I like it a lot. Now let me draw it again from this top angle with different patterns. This time I choose to follow the shape. As for the last one, I choose it because it reminds me of my college time in architecture school. There are a lot of building design inspired by the amazing structure of animals in the world. Sea creatures, especially shell animals, contribute a lot. Not just the form, but also how their body structure works and function, which I find is the most fascinating part. There are some empty space left, so I'm adding air bubbles to fill it up and also make it more interesting. Then at the end, I always like to emphasize the outline with a thicker pen again so the doodles pop up more. Here are all the doodles I want to share with you today. There are less than 30, but I believe you know how to make your own version now. You can find the digital downloadable PDF of this page on my Patreon, which I'll leave the link on the upper right corner and in the description down below. If you haven't watched my Dream Plan With Me video, please check it out. There are more amazing sea creatures you may like. I hope this video is helpful or inspiring for you. If you like it, please click like and subscribe. Also, don't forget to turn on the bell. Thank you for watching.